my name is Mariannah and I am my mom's 8th child. Currently, I'm studying horticulture at Auburn University. So today, I just wanted to take you on a little video about 5 steps to start a garden. So when I was about 10 years old, I was first introduced to gardening after just experimenting with starting some seeds. And from there, I just became really passionate about it. I had my first garden just in some pots. I would start my own seeds, and then I ended up growing in just a little baby pool that we had cut the bottom out of, and that was really fun for many years. After that, my dad and I, about 4 years ago or 3 years ago, we built some garden boxes where we just recycled some used pallets because that was really affordable and they look really great. That's actually where I am right now, as I'm in my garden. We're kind of in the transition period. It's about to be fall here, so we're gonna take out all of our summer plants and plant our fall plants very soon. But I just want to make this video and just encourage you guys, if you haven't been introduced to gardening, or it just seems like such a foreign concept, or like it would be too difficult, it's never too late to start, and it's super fun because you can dive in as much as you want or do as little as you want and still usually have great results, or at least have a great time. So the first of these steps would be to choose a location. So this would be a location in your yard. Even if you live in like an apartment, if it's possible to find a community garden near you, you can do that. Or you could just grow in like pots on your maybe patio or behind your apartment complex if you have something like that. You also would want to choose what you're going to garden in. So you could buy a garden box, you could buy pots, or you could do in the ground, which is kind of more difficult for a beginner. I would just recommend starting pretty small just to begin with, to really see how well it goes and if you really enjoy it. So after you choose your location, then you'll need to buy your supplies. So this would include the soil you're going to use, any fertilizer, any containers, or kind of whatever you decide for your exact location. So this can be as easy or as complicated as you want to be. At first, I would just recommend starting with simply a container and just buying a pre-made soil mix. That's just super easy way to just get started with your plants and then see how that goes. So the third step would be to choose your plants. Although this can be done initially, just think about what you actually eat, what you enjoy to grow, and I recommend just kind of researching just simple plants. Herbs are always very easy to grow with because they're usually pretty low maintenance and they can kind of be incorporated in any dish. There's also things like tomatoes and squash. Just think about what you enjoy and see if you could actually grow that in your area. Maybe there's something a vegetable at the grocery store you already buy anyway. The fourth step would be to plant your plants. So once you have your supplies, you have everything set up, you can go ahead and get everything in the ground. Then you'll move on to tending and caring for them. So usually the plant ID on your plants will say how much they need to be watered or fertilized, or kind of all that information. And this also goes along with, which I forgot to mention, is choosing your plants. So you can either buy starts, so at your local nursery you'll see little plants that are already been germinated. Those are really easy if you're a beginner. But if you want to try, maybe because this is more affordable, you can buy packets of seeds and you can start them yourselves, and we can do another video on that if you guys would like. But you just start the seeds, and then, so however you go about it, once it's the right time of year, you can go ahead and plant those plants. And then just fertilize and water them, and depending on the size of your garden and the type of plant, this will be a different level of work. And the last step is to harvest, and this is also still tending and caring for them. This is super fun because no matter how much you harvest, I always find that the effort always seems worth it whenever you get to eat your homegrown produce, especially things like tomato and basil. They just go so well together. And there's a lot of things that are just so simple to grow. It's so fun to just go for and experiment, even if you think it might be a challenge at first. I know in my experience, there's so many things that I thought I could never grow, and I just went for it, and some did super successfully, and some not so much. So I just want to encourage you guys, you can follow along with those steps. Of course, there's so many other video resources, and I encourage any maybe younger kids starting this, because I know I was about 10 when I started gardening. It's so fun to just go for it and explore this as a hobby. And obviously we know there's so much more than just a hobby. Like me studying horticulture today, there's agriculture, food is what feeds the world. This is such an important topic to introduce to your children, for not only the benefits of the plants, but just really getting out there, getting outside. There's just so much to learn and so many benefits. So you guys can comment below if there's any other videos you would like to see, maybe involving plants or gardening. If you have any questions, I'm not an expert, but I can try my best to help you with what information I do know, and just let me know if there's any other videos on this topic you would like to know more about, or any questions you have for me personally. Thanks for watching. Bye.